Hey guys, it's Brick Thunder, and today I'm going to be unboxing, setting up, and doing a demo of Home Depot's 12-foot Inferno Pumpkin. Okay, so here it is. This thing is really cool. I've wanted it ever since it first came out, but he's very hard to get. But he was re-released on the big drop, and he was one of the first to come, along with the 12-foot witch. So let's get straight into the unboxing. Here we go. Let's see what's inside. All right, so the first thing on top is the base, although you can see that it has instructions. I can't really tilt the box, but it has instructions on the top because that's what most Home Depot boxes have. Not sure about the smaller props, but at least most of the bigger ones. So let's take out the base first. Here's the big base. This thing is crazy. Pretty similar to the witch, although it is all one piece, which is what makes this box so big. So let's just lay this down. Okay, we have two poles right here, and these are likely just leg poles. We have lots of blow molded legs here. We have one piece. Let's slide this over. Two pieces. Pretty sure these are all leg pieces, other than the two hands right here. We have 3 and 4. So very big legs here. The legs on the 12-footers go higher than most average props, so they are very big. Here is an arm piece, it looks like, another arm piece right here. They all look pretty similar, but they come together very nice. There is one foot, other foot right there. They're slightly different, although they look pretty similar. They have different like molds on the top to connect. There is the hip piece. This piece is huge. This looks awesome. There it is, control box on the back. That's where the adapter goes in as well. That's a cool addition. I have two of the old 12-footers, and this guy has an adapter unlike those, so they won't run out. Let's save the head for last. We'll put this over here. We have, I think, a box of poles. Here, we got two more, it looks like. One right here, other one right here. And then our final piece in the box, and then we'll get to the head, is the rib cage type piece. This thing is huge, massive piece. Has a ton of lights on it as well, which is awesome. Looks like the rib cage is actually flaming. And now let's get the head out of the box. Here it is. Let's open this up. This looks awesome. It is a huge head. Definitely bigger than the 12-foot skeleton's head. Here it is. Look at that. That is so cool. Really detailed. It's got the life eyes and then a flaming mouth as well. So that's all of our parts. Let's get to the setup. All right, I have the base on the mat now. We don't want to scratch the floor, so that's what we're doing. Now we're starting with E. Usually you wouldn't be on a floor. You usually be outside setting up one of these. So the reason we're starting with E is because there's a few stakes that you put in before this. But since we're inside, we're just going to start with the legs. So we have these on now. Now we're going to take, I think, C and D. And we're going to line these up. Let's line them up with these prongs. It has like a little like hoop down here that you line it up with, and you line up the notch in the feet to that loop, and they will not move in wind like that. They're locked in place. So that looks good. And now let's get our actual leg pieces on. So I think it's these two back here. Let's check. G. So yeah, it looks like G is going to go on this side over here, and this is going to slide down onto this foot. And this will line up kind of. The weight of the other pieces will definitely help that out. And here's F right here. Make sure this lines up. Where's the base? Here it is. And yeah, that looks good. It looks like it's going to go on like this. There we go. Again, the weight of the other pieces will line this up a lot better, but we're going to try to do that right there, and that looks pretty good so far, but later on it'll look even better. So let's move the camera up and continue on. Okay, so I have the camera moved up now, so let's get on our next poles here. Now these snap lock in like this, and then we'll put on our plastic pieces over these. It is already very tall. This thing, just the legs itself, is huge. Snap this down. There we go. Really good quality poles. Home Depot is always great at that. This snap lock is pretty strong. There we go. That one was really strong and hard to get on. But there we go. Looks good. Let's get our next two plastic pieces on. Make sure these line up here. I'm not sure. This one is a bit weird. Oh, there's one on the top too. There we go. That's our problem. So we can slide that down, and the hole is now at the top so we can get that hip piece on. There we go. That looks a lot better. That knee actually came together really easy. Unlike the 12-foot skeletons, the 12-foot skeletons were not easy at the knees. Then we have this one. Let's see if we have the right side. It looks like this is the right side. You can actually tell right there where the knee is. Then we'll slide this down like that, and that's on. Okay, so these look great so far. Now our next piece is actually the hip piece, and I'm gonna have to get a ladder for that because this is gonna get really tall already. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get that hip piece on and we'll keep moving up. Okay, so I have the hip piece on right here, and it is huge. It's already like 8 or over, probably over 8 feet now at the top. So this thing is huge already, but now instead of keeping the setup going up, which would be nearly impossible because you'd need a huge ladder, we're gonna tilt it down, which is what they recommend to do, onto the box, and then we're gonna set it up sideways. Okay, so now we have him laid down onto the box, and I'm going to slide this on right here. So this is his spine piece, very similar to 12-foot skeleton, how that works. And now we're gonna actually take the giant rib cage piece here and slide it on to the spine piece. So lots going on right here, and before we do that, or before we actually fully attach them, we do want to wire them up because there is a wire that comes to the rib cage from the hips. So we'll slide this in, and then it just keeps going till we can actually get it out of the neck area. And it's hard to see from here, but we're just gonna keep sliding it, and we wanna make sure it's lined up. Actually, that might have worked right there, till it can come through. But before we fully click it in, like I said, let's just click in the wires there. And now it looks to be fully wired up there. So now we can make sure this comes all the way through, and we're gonna slide this together. Okay, there we go. It is snapped together now. Looks good. So now he's wired up, snapped together there. So let's get on the arms. So the arms actually require an Allen wrench, which it comes with. But we have both arms right here. And it looks like this one would go on this side. Yep, this one goes over here, and we're gonna slide that on like that. And I'm gonna screw these in off camera because that does take a little bit, but it comes with the Allen wrench that you need, and we're just gonna screw those in, and I'll be right back. Okay, so our last step while he's down is putting on the head, and then we're gonna lift him up because we don't have enough actual space here between his arms and the ground to put on those last arm pieces. So we're gonna lift him up before we do that. And now let's just put on our last piece, which is the head. We're gonna make sure these two wires are connected here, and we also wanna make sure these are as pushed in as possible. That side is. We're gonna push in the excess wire here because we don't wanna be able to see that. We also want to make sure that metal pole is on here before we attach it. It is. And now we're going to line that up, make sure the excess is gone, and click it together like that. Okay, so he is now ready. He is fully put together other than those arms. So I'm going to stand him up now, and then we'll get those arms on, and he is ready. Okay, so now I have him stood up here. He's looking awesome. I have the tethers on the back. And now we are going to attach the arm, wrist, and hand piece to the bottoms, and then that is it. Okay, so both arms are on now. He looks amazing. He's absolutely huge. So he is ready for the demo. Let's go to the demo. All right, so here he is. the 12-foot Inferno Pumpkin from Home Depot. This guy is absolutely amazing. He definitely seems to be taller than the 12-foot skeleton, which I've heard from a lot of people, so definitely happy about that. But he looks overall incredible. The lights look great. He actually looks like he's flaming, especially in person. That fire effect looks really good. The mouth doesn't look quite as good, but at night I'm guessing it's going to look really cool. But yeah, that chest with the glittery, not fabric, but plastic kind of coverings makes it look so realistic and really cool. And then the vines are great, really, really detailed sculpt there. But everything about this guy looks really cool, but I'm excited to see this at night. So let's see this thing in the dark. All right, there he was, the 12-foot Inferno Pumpkin from Home Depot. His height is definitely impressive. I think he's totally taller than the original 12-foot skeleton, which is always nice to see. But overall, this guy is so much better in most ways. I love the adapter feature, so he's not going to run out of battery. I love the amazing amount of detail on this. There's so much detail every inch. And I love the lighting, not just the digital eyes, but he's got the chest that flames. Of course, a lot cooler in person. He's also got that flaming mouth as well. So really, really some awesome details on this guy. But there he is, the Inferno Pumpkin. I would highly recommend him if you can find him. I know he is going to be in stores this fall, but he is pretty hard to get right now. But don't go for the eBay ones just yet. Definitely wait till he arrives in stores this fall, because it won't be too long. But there he was, the Inferno Pumpkin. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.